there was quite a large chunk of them that came over in on July the 1st to ASQA. I have to make an observation that I believe quite a few of them could have been dealt with before they got to ASQA, but that's what we got dealt. You're right. So there'll be a risk assessment of the applications, and if at that stage lower risk ones will be approved, and then higher risk ones might require more information or an audit in some cases, and so forth. We are going to embark on a process of doing risk ratings on all the RTOs over the next, it will take I think up to 2 years to do this fully. Because some of the information that we need to do risk ratings properly simply doesn't exist at the moment, and we will be needing to come to RTOs and seek information about some factors that will be pertinent to making those risk assessments. But we will have a lot of discussion with the industry about that, and those provider forums that we have regularly with ACPET and other interested peak bodies will be an important part of working through those issues. We also will be taking into account the history will be of audits and other issues, feedback from students and so forth if they made complaints. Looking at data that relates to the quality of an RTO, and we are setting up a whole industry engagement process as well, and stakeholder engagement process to get information from people about the efficacy of RTO performance. That sort of information won't be the basis on which we make decisions, but it will trigger us to come back and ask questions or look into matters further if issues are raised with us. We'll also be looking at governance and focusing on financial viability as well, looking at the transparency of ownership and arrangements that are there in place for student protection and so forth. Of course, when we're assessing applications and looking at risk around those, we'll be looking to see whether this is a new area for the RTO versus an extension of something they're already doing. We're looking at the general track record of that RTO as well. And of course, there's a lot of administrative things that happen from time to time which we want to make as automatic as possible, like a training package has been updated, but someone's already licensed to deliver that training package. We won't want to make that a major exercise. With the system-wide risk, as I said before, we'll be looking at analysis of the system overall, looking for outliers, looking for feedback from different professional bodies and industry bodies. If we ascertain that there are some areas of the industry that we think are inherently more high risk than others, we'll be using that as a focus to assist in, if you like, getting risk mitigation strategies adopted widely. We want to make sure that the process is transparent and fair and based on evidence and track record of people. There are of course a range of appeals processes open to people if they disagree with the decision of the ASQA commissions. The state and federal ministers' offices won't be part of that process. It will instead be much more formal. Initially, a request to ASQA to reconsider the decision and to come back with any further information that people might feel is pertinent to that reconsideration. The Administrative Appeals Tribunal will be a port of call if people wish to go path, and it can also end up in a federal court case if people feel that's needed. So those avenues are open to people. We've got a lot of sources of information that people can source, and we've got the website, of course, with a lot of general information on it. There's an email inquiry service where people can email inquiry and get a reply back. We've got an information line with that number. In the first month, we've had a lot of you have been poring over the website. There are better websites around, perhaps. Have more interesting things on them. We've had a lot of calls to the call centre, and there's some of the things that have been particularly on people's minds in making those calls. Similarly, with the email service, that's been heavily used as well. In terms of lifting the bar for quality, clearly ASQA has a role in regulating the sector and in ensuring that people are complying with the Vet Quality Framework national standards. But obviously the primary responsibility for quality rests with yourselves in not only meeting the national standards, but getting a continuous improvement environment furthered in your organisation and in achieving excellence for your clients. ASQA will also have an opportunity, I think, that state regulators haven't had, which is to provide feedback from the regulation in a much more coherent and comprehensive way back to the policymakers, to the ministers, to various bodies within the vet sector about how to improve the sector and how to feedback on the standards. I think this new world and the need for us to evaluate risk far more coherently means that we are going to need more information in the future about the quality of the outcomes and the performance that you're producing as RTOs. I think a lot of you have been one of the best kept secrets in Australia, to be frank. And it's amazing to me, you've relied a lot on direct client word of mouth and so forth, or working with agents, but not enough information about the quality you are delivering going out to the marketplace and to potential clients. And finally, Claire, I think the more information is needed for a lot of reasons. Obviously for our regulatory purposes. For the policy purposes I mentioned before in terms of some of the things that Kay and I had been involved in the past in getting a better understanding of this sector into the minds of policymakers. The surge in competitive funding that is occurring and about to occur in a number of jurisdictions is clearly going to be accompanied with more accountability in those fora. And I think most important of all, it's about your customers and potential customers knowing about the quality outcomes you're achieving through your different programs. Thank you for that.
Now we are running a little bit over time, but I know if there's been 17,000 of you on the website and 3,000 on the phone and 2,000, what was the other? Oh, by email. Yeah. Some of you probably still might have questions if you didn't get in the queue originally, and good quality regulation is important for good quality provision in terms of what the ACPET membership do. So we've got two of the ACPET elves with microphones in hand, so if people do have questions, now's your chance. Oh, John, Ross, hold on, well, let's give some members a go first. Nita, please. Oh, they're all rushing to... Oh, I've got the microphone.